Serena here. Happy Frugal Friday to you! Yeah, to you. Hope you're doing wonderful today and getting geared up for the weekend. And I just want to say real quick, thank you to every single one of you who commented in the last Frugal Friday with comments, feedback, suggestions about things that you want to see featured in future Frugal Friday episodes. I will be taking each and every one of those into consideration, and hopefully your request will be seen in an upcoming Frugal Friday very soon. Now today's tutorial is very natural with a bold lip. Very easy to recreate, and I am including the entire line of MAKEUPGEEK brushes within this tutorial as well, since they are very affordable and they're actually very high quality. And I will be doing a completely separate review on the MAKEUPGEEK brushes from this, but at least you get to see them in action within this tutorial. And if you're interested in any of those brushes, I will have every single one of them listed for you down below, along with everything else I'm using today. So let's get to it!
We're starting off this look with a primer from Milani, and the very first product we're going to use is from Physicians Formula. This is the Classic Nudes Quad, and I'm taking the lightest brown shade from this palette and applying it into the crease with a crease brush from MAKEUPGEEK. Depending on your skin tone, you may need to adjust the shade that you use here. I'm using the lightest one because I'm so fair, but if you're a little bit darker than me, then you could go with the darkest shade in this palette. Then we're taking the lightest shade from this palette and using this to blend out the harsher edges of the crease shade, and I'm using the MAKEUPGEEK Stiff Dome brush to do this. Once again, depending on your complexion, you may need to adjust which shade you're using from this palette. For the lid in this look, we're taking one of the L'Oreal Infallible shades in Blinged and Brilliant and applying this wet onto the lid using the e.l.f. setting spray. You don't have to apply this shade wet, you can apply it dry. I'm simply applying it wet here because it does have a lot of fallout, and when you apply it wet, it helps to keep everything in place and off of your face. And unfortunately, MAKEUPGEEK does not make a paddle brush that is specifically for applying color to the lid. So I'm using a Sonia Kashuk brush. This is number 106. And after that has dried, I'm going to go back with the MAKEUPGEEK crease brush once again and blend in between where the two colors meet so that there aren't any harsh edges. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the brows with a Physicians Formula pencil, and to line the eyes, I'm using Milani's Liquid Eye, and this is just a brown pencil. Yep. It says number 2 brown. I'm using this to line the upper lash line, and I'm also going to be lining the waterline with this shade as well. Now you could use black here if you wanted to. I feel like black is too harsh for me, and that's why I'm choosing to go with brown here. And we're going to go back to the Physicians Formula Quad and take the darkest shade this time, and then using a MAKEUPGEEK pencil brush, smudge this along the lower lash line. Then we're applying a little bit of mascara and finishing off the look with some red cherry false eyelashes. I believe these are number 513. I love them because they're great for every day and very wispy and natural looking. For the face today, we're going all Rimmel. Starting off here with the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and I'm applying this specifically onto the T-zone only. So the sides of my nose, the chin, and the forehead. Applying a concealer from Rimmel, this is from the Match Perfection line, and I'm buffing this into the skin using the same brush that we used to blend the eyeshadow in the look. This is the Stiff Dome brush from MAKEUPGEEK. It's almost like the 217 brush where you can use it for a variety of things. You can use it for blending your eyeshadow, applying your concealer, contouring. It's a great little brush that does basically everything. The foundation I'm using today is also from Rimmel. It's the Match Perfection in Classic Ivory. And I'm applying this onto the face with the MAKEUPGEEK stippling brush. Overall, I was pretty impressed with this foundation. It matched me perfectly, gave me an airbrushed finish, and it actually lasted for a long time on my face when I did wear this look. The only caveat I'd have to say about this foundation is that it does have a smell. It's a mixture between a baby powder and a floral scent. So if something like that bothers you, then this may not be the right foundation for you. Just an FYI. To set the face, I'm also going in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. This is in number 1 Transparent, and I'm applying this with the MAKEUPGEEK Face Buffer brush. Very soft, lovely brush for applying your powder products. I really like this brush. We are going to be contouring just a little bit today with the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. This is in number 21 Sunlight. And I'm using the MAKEUPGEEK Angled Contour Brush to apply this onto the hollows of my cheeks, right onto the jawline, and a little bit down the sides of my nose. And I skipped the hairline on my forehead because, let's face it, I really don't need any contour there. For my blush, I'm using one of the Milani Baked Blushes in Luminous and applying it with the Makeup Geek Rounded Blush Brush. This is probably one of my most favorite Milani Baked Blush colors. I just love that orange, soft glow that it gives. We're in the middle of a lightning storm, so if you hear a lot of rain and lightning behind me, that's what you're hearing. For our highlighter, we're going in with L'Oreal's Infallible Eyeshadow in Iced Latte and the Makeup Geek Cheek Highlighter Brush, and we're applying this onto the tops of the cheeks. And I'm also going to take a little bit of this shade and apply it right underneath the brow bone to give a little bit of added highlight there. I'm also taking a little bit of this and applying it down the bridge of the nose. For my lips, I'm using one of the L'Oreal lipsticks in Sunset Angora. This is such a beautiful color. I just picked this up at Walgreens. They were having a sale on this particular set of lipsticks. It was like buy one, get one half off. And so this one was only $2. Oh, such a beautiful color for $2. And I love the texture of this lipstick. It's very soft, smooth, and moisturizing. It's just an all-around great lipstick. I love it.